Good evening and welcome to Greyhound TV. Alongside Taylor West, I am Essex Thayer, and tonight we bring to you the MIAA A Conference basketball with the Gilman Greyhounds here tonight on Jerry Savage Court on the campus of Loyola Blakefield. And Taylor, tonight the Hounds coming off a 3-game losing streak where the Loyola Dons here on a 2-game winning streak. What can we expect here tonight, especially after Gilman getting that win against Loyola on December 8th by 2?
Well, I think Essex, they're going to try to really get that offense going early. I think that's really been a struggle for them of late. That's why they've been losing a lot of games. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Loyola's on a 2-game winning streak, so a bit different in the way they're going to approach this game. So I really think getting off to the early start on offense, and we can't forget defense. Gilman's really struggled on defense this year, giving up a lot of points, having one of the worst defenses in the MIAA, so they hope to improve on that tonight.
Absolutely, and as we talk about those streaks that you mentioned, Gilman, as I said, coming off a 3-game losing streak starting with that 15-point loss to St. Mary's Riken on the 24th. And then just last Friday, they went out to Mount St. Joe, a team that is obviously better than the Gilman Greyhounds, and they were leading Taylor going into the fourth quarter, but ended up losing that game by 14. And then last night, going all the way down to Glen Elg and lost by 12. On the other hand, Loyola riding that 2-game win streak, as we mentioned earlier, with wins over McDonough and Glen Elg last week. On Sunday afternoon, actually, when the Dons took on Glen Elg, they got a late 3-pointer from junior guard, Connor Hepting, with 9 seconds remaining to win that game 45-42 against the Dragons of Glen Elg. And with this final minute before he reached to the court, we obviously are looking forward to a great game here, and we appreciate you joining us here tonight on Greyhound TV. And we're really excited for a game between two MIAA foes, especially a rivalry that has really started to bud so far these past 2 years. Taylor, Loyola and Gilman not really known for being rivals, but ever since this volleyball rivalry has really started to get together in these past 2 years, definitely. Loyola and Gilman really don't like each other.
Yeah, it's kind of grown that way in the past couple of years. It really was. Gilman McDonough was really the marquee rivalry, but I think this rivalry is really a up-and-coming rivalry in the MIAA.
And so now we turn our attention to the court for the starting lineup, starting here with Gilman, the sole freshman, but not the sole freshman anymore on this Gilman team with the call-up of Matt Cooper, starting at 4, number 11, Malik Missouri. And coming on here, starting at guard, Kai Wilson, a junior, number 2. And senior point guard Brandon Madison, who recently committed to the Naval Academy for football. And at center, Kieran Sandy, the senior who stands all the way up there at 6'6". And then finalizing that Gilman lineup, of course, the spark plug point guards, junior number 3, Jalen Rucker. And now here for the home team, the Loyola Dons, as we mentioned, starting at number 3, Connor Hepting, the 5'11 junior. Number 10, Trillian Young, that is, a 6'3 junior. Number 4, Cameron Shaw, a 6'2 senior and one of these captains for the Dons. And, of course, when you're thinking about the Dons starting here at guard, number 2, J.J. Hallaby, only 5'9", but certainly lethal from outside and inside as well. That is the starting lineup for the Dons this evening against Gilman. And before we turn things over here, knowing how things usually go at Loyola, we might have ourselves the national anthem. Usually that's something we see here at Loyola. If so, we'll step away for a second, obviously, but it appears like we're going to go straight to tip-off here at Jerry Savage Court here at Loyola Blakefield. So here we go, the Gilman Greyhounds tonight against the Loyola Dons in a game that, Taylor, the Hounds must win to stay in playoff contention. Going here for the tip-off for Gilman, number 15, Kieran Sandy, the center. And for Loyola, number 11, Chid Inake, the 6'5 senior. Kieran winning that one off to Brandon Madison with the ball now. Madison finding Jalen Rucker at the top of the key, the spark plug point guard who's lethal from behind the three-point line, Jalen Rucker is. Rucker with the ball now, guarded by Connor Hepting, the junior guard. who got that three-pointer on Sunday to beat Glenelg, that game-winning shot with 9 seconds left. Kai Wilson taking the shot there to get the early points for the Hounds, leading 2-0. Bringing it forward now for the Dons, Cameron Shaw, the senior captain. Shaw taking an early three, and he gets that one to go. So the Dons coming right back here to take a 1-point lead, 3-2.
Looks like Gilman's coming out in a man-to-man defense. That could have been the issue there. Maybe a little miscommunication early in this game.
And also something, Taylor, that Gilman really does have trouble with, especially early in the games, is that transition defense. And Shaw did a really good job of making his way up the court and being able to dissect that Gilman defense. Jalen Rucker for a three of his own, no good, but he gets his own rebound there. But that's taken away by J.J. Hallaby, who's running it up the court really quickly, passes it off to Chid Nake, and that one's good for Chid. Kai Wilson bringing it up here for the Hounds, guarded by Hallaby. Kieran Sandy at the high post, taking a really deep two, no good. And it looked like that one may have gone off Trillian Young, so it's going to stay Gilman ball. As the Hounds are down by 3 here early with 6:36 left. There's actually going to be a foul called there on the rebound. That one's going to go on Trillian Young, his first of the night. Rucker to inbound, finds Malik Missouri, the 6'5 freshman. Missouri no good on the shot, rebounded by Cameron Shaw, who brings it up here now, guarded by Kai Wilson. Shaw getting a matchup here against Kieran Sandy, finding Hallaby outside, no good for Hallaby, but that rebound's going to go off of Kai Wilson and remain Loyola Dons basketball.
Usually when you see a play like that, Essex, they'll call it over the back, but maybe not because the Loyola guy was so much taller than our guy.
Hallaby to inbound for the Dons. Finds Shaw, guarded by Kai Wilson. An interesting shot there for Shaw, no good, but rebounded by Trillian Young. Shaw with the ball once again. A height advantage on Kai Wilson. Finds Chid Nake, the senior. Trillian Young on the low post. Finds Hepting. Decides not to go for the three, but Shaw does. No good for the Dons. And a rebound by Jalen Rucker. Rucker high, looking for Kieran Sandy inside the paint, and Kieran trying to take that one out and start the offense. Gets tipped by a Loyola man and goes off him. So the Dons get an early turnover defensively there to get the ball back with 5:45 left on the clock.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Jalen Rucker, but maybe a little bit too risky for this early in the game.
Shaw able to get out of trouble there, finding his man on the outside. Looking inside that to Trillian Young. Connor Hepting, lethal from behind the three-point line, as we mentioned, and not going to get a three-point play from outside the three-point line, but maybe on the inside there as he gets the foul and an and-one opportunity here for Connor Hepting, the junior guard. That foul being on Brandon Madison, the first of his evening. Hepting good there to convert the and-one, so a three-point play there to get points on the board for Connor Hepting, with the Dons leading by 6 here now, 8-2. Malik Missouri with the ball, the forward. Driving in a bit of a J shot, no good for Malik Missouri, rebounded by Trillian Young. Hallaby bringing it forward for the Dons. Drives but finds Chid Nake outside to Shaw, and that one's good for three, so the Dons offense is running, and head coach Will Bartz calls a timeout to stop this electric Loyola offense here early. So the first timeout of the night for the Gilman Greyhounds, with the Dons now leading by 9 points, 11-2. Taylor, after what was a quick start for both teams, but then Loyola really getting out on a run to grab this 9-point lead. What do you think head coach Will Bartz is going to be talking about in that timeout? It was a short one, so we're already getting ready to start back up, but a quick timeout there by Will Bartz. What do you think he said to his players?
I think he's really going to try to settle them down. It looks like they're taking some not great shots, which is not a very good thing earlier in the game. And I think he's also going to stress to run the transition defense like he's tried to run it all year.
And so here comes Kai Wilson, one of the 3 guards in the starting lineup for Gilman tonight. Kai tonight starting instead of Jordan Foster, who's going to start the night on the bench. Usually he's one of those starting guards, but he's replaced by Kai Wilson, A block there, though, on Kai, and Cameron Shaw brings it forward, that is, for the Dons. Shaw almost taking the three, elects not to, giving it off to Hallaby. No good from inside the three-point line. Brandon Madison on the rebound. There's Rucker, and it looks like that's going to be a charge call there on Jalen Rucker on the drive. Cameron Shaw taking that one. That's the first foul of the night on Jalen Rucker.
Seemed like maybe he was a little deep to be calling the charge foul there, but, you know, that's what the refs do.
And now Gilman looking at more of a traditional starting lineup as they bring on Jordan Foster, the sophomore guard, but also bringing on Zachary Dixon, who is covering Cameron Shaw here right now. Shaw, one of those senior captains, and he's immediately fouled on the drive by Zachary Dixon. That one's going to be on the court, only the third foul of this half for Gilman, so neither team in the bonus quite yet. So the ball just be inbounded by Hepting, who finds Hallaby on the drive. Hallaby to Chidinake, and Inake knocks that one in for two. A really nice inbound play from Loyola to up that lead to 11 points.
What a great pass by J.J. Hallaby there.
Jalen no good there from outside the three-point line, rebounded by Hallaby. Shaw elects not to take the three, drives instead, and almost found the roll there, rebounded by Malik Missouri. Rucker with the ball now, looks outside to Foster. Nice look inside from Zach Dixon there to Kieran Sandy to stop this scoring drought. The Hounds now with 4 points on the board, down by 9. Connor Hepting gets the ball from Hallaby, playing a little back and forth ball there between Hallaby and Hepting. And Jordan Foster takes a big hit on the court there, maybe losing his breath as he went up to block Chidinake there, and it looks like either he got the breath knocked out of him or he's hurting somewhere. Jordan Foster now down.
It looked like he really landed hard on that hip there.
And in a lot of pain. Jordan Foster, the sophomore guard, so for this injury timeout, will step away and be right back with more news from Jordan Foster. And welcome back to Greyhound TV after that injury to Jordan Foster. It looks like maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him, Taylor, but maybe a little bit of a hip injury there as well. So the ball is going to be back here with the Dons. A nice move from Trillian Young to fake out the defender there and get that and one opportunity. Trillian Young, the junior forward for the Dons, with an and one opportunity here to push the lead up to 12. 15-4 right now for the Dons. Young good from the charity stripe. 16-4 Dons, 3:11 left in this first quarter. Matt Smith making his first appearance on the court for the night. Almost missed Kieran Sandy, but Sandy able to get the nice tip there and his own rebound off the shot. And a foul there on Smith coming from J.J. Hallaby.
Great hustle there by Matt Smith to get back into the play.
Also good hustle there from Kieran Sandy, not only getting that pass, that errant pass from Matt Smith, but getting the rebound there on his shot as well to retain this possession for the Hounds. Malik, Missouri finding Zach Dixon here on the inbound, who in turn finds Jalen Rucker at the top of the key. Rucker, a deep three there, no good. Might get his own rebound as well. And a game of tossing the ball around the court doesn't do anything for the Greyhounds offensively, and they're going to have another turnover here, something that's seriously been an issue. And Will Bartz is going to bring on Brandon Madison from Malik, Missouri, bringing on a little bit of speed and quickness onto the lineup with 3 guards and not much of a traditional forward in Zach Dixon, the only true big man out there being Kieran Sandy. Sandy now on Hallaby, and it looks like that one's going to be a turnover by Hallaby, guarded by Kieran Sandy.
Not really sure what J.J. Hallaby was looking for there. He may have been looking for Brandon Fox in the corner, but really nowhere near him.
Brandon Madison, the senior Naval Academy commit, with the ball now. Guarded by number 5, Brandon Fox, the 6'4" junior forward. Madison trying to find Jalen Rucker, can't do anything. Instead going for Kieran Sandy at the top of the key. Sandy to Matt Smith from behind the three-point line. No good there on the air ball from Matt Smith. Hallaby with the ball now. Guarded by Brandon Madison. A heavy pass there from Hallaby, recovered by Jalen Rucker. Rucker bringing it forward on the drive, looking outside to Madison. No good for Madison there. None of the shots really falling for the Hounds right now, and it looks like Kieran Sandy may have gotten that reach-in foul. So Taylor with the Hounds down here by 12 early in this one with 1:39 left in this first quarter. There's got to be some changes happening for the Greyhounds at least. And what would you suggest? I mean, Will Bartz, the head coach, making changes here repeatedly to try and find a guy who can make it happen for the Hounds right now, but nothing going on offensively.
I mean, definitely when you have a guy open for 3, I think threes are definitely game changers. They completely sway the momentum of the game and the way it goes.
The rebound there by Mitchell Fisher, his first appearance in the game. A little bit of hustle there from number 1, I believe, Duba Manake, the younger brother of Chid Inake, who was able to get that one, but not able to keep it over the line. So an over and back call there on the Dons, and the Hounds will get the ball right back. Roman Hines, the sophomore forward, coming to the scorer's table now. He'll come in on the next whistle. Matt Smith on the drive. Finds Brandon Madison, who temporarily lost possession of the ball. Jordan Foster with his first long 3, and that one's good. Maybe after that injury, Jordan coming back just a little bit with his first points of the night, 16-7. This lead down to 9 for the Dons.
That's a huge change in momentum there for Gilman. I think getting that before the end of the second quarter is going to be huge going into the second quarter.
That ball tipped away by Duba Manake. And it looks like once again Will Bartz has continued that revolving door of substitutions here as Roman Hines is going to come in for Kieran Sandy at the center position. Brandon Madison bringing it forward, guarded by Brandon Fox, so a big height advantage there for Fox. Madison finds Jordan Foster outside for his second 3 opportunity of the night. No good, though, from Foster. 20 seconds left on the clock here. Ball being brought up by Owen Reynolds, the 5'10 junior. Nice double there by Matt Smith. Almost saw Inake give that one away. Reynolds with the ball down low, and a nice pass inside to number 20, Mitchell Fisher, who was able to knock that one in at the end of the quarter. So at the end of the first, the Loyola Dons with an 11-point lead, 18-7. And Taylor going into this break, it was a tough offensive quarter, obviously, for the Hounds here. 7 points is not exactly a desirous score. What can they do to change it? Jordan Foster, we saw a little bit of him there heating it up from behind the three-point line, but it's not going to be one player who's going to get it done tonight for the Hounds. Who do you think needs to get things together tonight to put this one into a closer deficit.
Well, I think it's really the big men. I mean, the big men have really not stepped up in the paint tonight. I think they also have had many opportunities under the basket to put it up there, but really haven't converted. If Gilman is going to have a shot at this game, I think those big men are really going to have to step it up.
As you mentioned, the big men, we have a few stats here for you from the last time Loyola played Gilman, and one of the things that was going on, it was that battle between the big men in the paint all last time on December 8th, where the Hounds beat the Dons by 2. A big physical contest. There were 60 free throws attempted in that game. That's right, 60 free throws attempted in the game on December 8th. Loyola went 21 for 30, Gilman 16 for 30. So Gilman barely over 50%, not something you look for from the free throw line, and Loyola 21 for 30, so just over 2/3. A rebounding game as well. Gilman was able to not get many rebounds there in that game as well, and so it'll definitely be a physical game inside the paint as well tonight. Another battle inside there as well, temporarily won by Jordan Foster, but Gilman not able to hold on to that one, and it's going to go off Gilman. Instead going off Loyola here, the referees call, so Gilman ball. Brandon Madison with the ball now, once again guarded by Brendan Fox, so head coach for the Dons, Josh Davali, deciding to put a forward on the short guard, Brendan Madison. Zach Dixon with it, giving it off to Madison. No wall call there. Jordan Foster with the 3 attempt. No good. 1 for 3 from behind the 3-point line is Jordan tonight. Shaw with it, giving it off to Reynolds, and he's going to be called for traveling off the nice double team there from Jordan Foster and Kai Wilson. Coming on is Malik Missouri, replacing Zach Dixon. Kai Wilson bringing it forward now, guarded by Cameron Shaw. He finds Jordan Foster. Malik in the low post, getting doubled there. A nice double team from Loyola, but that foul's going to be on Chidinake. And that one's going to be called in the act of shooting, so Malik's going to go to the line for 2.
You said it earlier, Essex. They're really going to have to make their free throws as the game comes down to the wire if they want to win this game.
And so here's Malik Missouri, the freshman, with his first foul shot of the night, and that one's good. The foul, as I said, being on Chidinake. That's his first of the night and the 3rd team foul for the Dons. Gilman at 6, so on the next foul, Loyola will be in the bonus.
Looks like Gilman's sending back Roman Hines to protect that transition bucket that Loyola has been successful on all night.
2 for 2 from the free throw line there is Malik Missouri. And coming on for the Dons is Connor Hepting, replacing Owen Reynolds. Fox inbounds, finding J.J. Hallaby. And Gilman on the transition defense here, going with a bit of a double team here, putting a lot of pressure on this Loyola offense. Fox with the 3, and that one's good for Brandon Fox, the junior forward. Brandon Madison with it now, guarded by Connor Hepting. Malik Missouri with that inside battle there with number 20 Mitchell Fisher. Watch for that on this possession. Nice drive by Jordan, gets that one up to go on a really nice drive and shot from Jordan Foster to make this deficit only 10. Gilman once again going with the press here on the transition defense. Chidinake with it on the inside. Connor Hepting for 3, no good. Shot that one from the Drew Ehrlich hot corner, if anyone remembers that from last year. Malik Missouri on the drive. It looks like he got fouled on the drive. So Malik Missouri not going to go to the line. That one's going to stay on the floor. But the 4th team, in fact, that one actually is going to be called in the act of shooting. So Malik Missouri is going to go to the line. That's the first foul of the night on Brendan Fox.
I think that's a good call on the rest there, Essex. I don't think the Loyola defender was completely set when he drove in.
First one good there from Malik Missouri, 3 for 3 tonight from the free throw line. As we mentioned, the last time Gilman played Loyola, atrocious from the charity stripe, going 16 for 30. That's going to be a big part of tonight's game if they can get things to go from the free throw line. The fourth one good there as well for Malik Missouri. He's 100% from the line tonight. And once again, that pressure defense comes into play here. Gilman almost able to get it, but Loyola's able to beat that press and get into their offense now with 5:45 left in this second quarter. Brendan Fox with it now off to Connor Hepting, who's guarded heavily by Brandon Madison, and that one's going to be a moving pick there from Chidinake. So that pressure defense really working here for Gilman, and they're starting to get right back into this game. Head coach William Bartz loving it from the sideline. The Hounds here only down by 8 now, 21-13 with 5:39 left in the first half. Jalen Rucker bringing it forward here, guarded by Connor Hepting, who moves off of Brandon Madison. Malik finds Brandon, who's now guarded by Brandon Fox. And Malik for three, and that one's good. The three-pointer from the forward, Malik Missouri.
In the second quarter so far, Essex, Malik Missouri has been the heart and soul of their offense. I look for that to continue, too.
He really has. He's been that guy. We mentioned Taylor going into the second quarter. Who is going to be that guy to come here for the Gilman Greyhounds? And tonight you are 100% correct. That is Malik Missouri, the freshman forward. He's 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and he got that 3 to go there. And that nice transition defense as well to get the turnover and then causing that foul on Kai Wilson. Malik is all over the court here tonight. Unfortunately, the first one no good there from Kai, so that 100% team free throw percentage is taken away by Kai Wilson. The second one here from the charity stripe with the Hounds now down by only 5 points here with 5:11 left in this first half. The second one good, though, from Kai. And Gilman going right into that pressure transition defense as we see here with 4 men above the half-court line. Watch out for the 8-second call here. Almost and another turnover there. Brandon Madison getting it inside to Malik Missouri. And a travel call there on Malik Missouri. But Taylor, I mean, we have to recognize this. This transition defense has been phenomenal in this second quarter here from Gilman. They've been practicing it a lot, and we see it implemented once again. Loyola having some serious trouble dealing with it. And there's the walk. That's right there. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is maybe the first time we've truly seen a Gilman defense be able to implement this transition pressure so heavily in a game. I can't say I've ever seen it in my 2 years of being a high schooler, but this is amazing.
Well, I don't think Loyola was really prepared for it. I mean, Gilman has kind of ran it all year long, but they haven't really ran it to the best of their ability, and you're obviously seeing that right now.
And it looks like that one's going to not be a foul, just go off of a Gilman player. And now making his first appearance here for Gilman in his varsity career, Matt Cooper, the freshman who was called up from JV, wearing the 22 jersey, now on varsity, the freshman. Hepting finding Hallaby, heavily guarded by Kai Wilson, number 2 on number 2. Cooper, the freshman, on Connor Hepting. Trillian Young inside, guarded by Malik Missouri, gets his own rebound and finds Hepting for the three-point attempt. No good, though. The rebound coming from Kai Wilson.
Loyola really hasn't been able to hit that 3 ball at the beginning of the second quarter.
Speaking of 3 balls there, that's the second of the night for Malik Missouri. And now this lead is down to 1 point for the Dons, and a timeout called there from Josh DeVelli, the Loyola Dons head coach, who saw that lead that he had going into the second quarter of 12 points slip all the way down to 1, with the Dons only leading 21-20 with 3:55 left in this second half. While we have a timeout here, we will step away and take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 15 seconds here on Greyhound TV. And welcome back here to Greyhound TV with 3:55 left in this first half. The inbounds coming from Connor Hepting, and another turnover opportunity here with the scrum for the ball going, and that's a jump ball. William Bartz once again loving it. This effort from the Gilman Greyhounds in this second quarter being phenomenal on the defensive transition, and Loyola just does not know how to react to it. In the jump ball there with the possession arrow leading in the way of the Hounds, the ball's going to go right back to Gilman with another turnover for the Dons. Jalen Rucker with the ball. Gives it off to Kai Wilson, guarded by J.J. Hallaby heavily, and Matt Cooper, the freshman, with his first three-point attempt, no good, but rebounded by Malik Missouri. And there, the two-pointer from Malik sees Gilman gets the first lead of the night, 22-21. Malik Missouri, as we said, being on fire here in this second quarter. Loyola able to beat the transition there, and a foul called there on Jordan Foster with the transition block, and a little bit of a...
It's getting a little chippy here, I guess.
A little bit chippy. There's the rivalry coming into it. Malik Missouri sharing a few words with Connor Hepting, and the referees immediately getting into the middle of that. Connor Hepting going to the line here. Off that foul being in the bonus, he'll have a 1-and-1 here with the Dons down by 1. And something that we heard in the crowd, Taylor, but very important to mention, the Dons here on an attempt here to get into the playoffs. This is a game that means a lot for Loyola, and they've really got to get it together if they wish to get that playoff opportunity there. The two-shot good from Mitchell Fisher, and the Dons get back the lead up by 1, 23-22. Rucker with the ball, finding Malik Missouri. Wilson, covered by Cameron Shaw, the 6'2 senior.
Gilman's going with a little smaller lineup here as Malik Missouri, their forward, is the biggest guy out there.
And a lovely drive there from Jordan Foster, just dissecting his way through that Loyola defense to snag the lead back for the Hounds, 24-23. Gilman putting on that defensive press once again, but Loyola able to beat that one at least. Hallaby making his way through the Gilman defense, much in the fashion that Jordan Foster was able to do on the last possession. And this game going back and forth like a ping pong game, Loyola grabbing the lead once again. Malik with his fourth three attempt of the night, and that one's good. Malik on fire tonight, 3 of 4 from behind the three-point line, and Gilman now leads by 2. The defensive pressure going on once again. Loyola beating it and finding Mitchell Fisher with it. Hallaby with the moves. Can't get it through, though, and a scrum for the ball. Finds Loyola getting the rebound there with J.J. Hallaby. And Kai Wilson fighting for it and gets that play off of Hallaby, and the Gilman bench loving it. They're really getting excited here. And please do excuse us if we get a little excited too. This is the most passion we've seen from this Gilman basketball team all season.
Yeah, I've got to say, Essex, in the few games I've been to, out of the Gilman bench, they're fired up. And I think they're excited to see this comeback coming alive, and Gilman taking the lead after being down by at least 13 points.
And Taylor, we mentioned Loyola being in the playoff hunt, but Gilman right at the end of that playoff hunt as well. They're still mathematically possible and able to get in. So every game matters right now for the Hounds. They're playing with house money, and they can really, if they start putting some wins together, force their way in. There's Kieran Sandy right at the end of the shot clock there, putting that lead up to 4 points for the Hounds with only a minute left in this first half. A walk there from number 20, Mitchell Fisher, and Loyola just falling apart here at the end of this first half.
Well, I think it's really time for the Loyola coach, Josh Duvali, to call a timeout. I mean, his team is totally going against the momentum of the Gilman offense right now.
And William Bartz, as I notice, shedding the jacket, maybe starting to heat up a little bit here for the Hounds. Jalen Rucker finds Kai Wilson on the opposite side of the court. Malik maybe going for his 5th. The Loyola bench wanted a travel call, no call though, and the rebound from Jalen Rucker finds Brandon Madison and almost got the and one there, but the ball rolled out of the net. But Brandon Madison will go to the line for 2. on the foul there.
What a great pass by Jalen Rucker. I personally did not know who he was passing to, but Brandon Madison really came out of nowhere to take that ball to the rack.
The first foul there by Connor Hepting. So here will be Brandon Madison for his first foul shots of the night from the charity stripe. The first one good there as the Hounds now push that lead to 5 points, 30-25 with 42.9 seconds left in this first half.
The free throw line has really been a struggle this year for Brandon Madison, and we should all expect to see him improve on that tonight.
Madison also good for the second one from the free throw line. Hepting inbounding to J.J. Hallaby, who beats the press there. But that one looked like it may have been a turnover by Hallaby, but went off of a Gilman man somewhere. So the Dons will retain possession. Hallaby finding Hepting inside, gets that one to roll, but no good for Connor Hepting. And now with the shot clock off, Gilman will probably choose to run this down and take the final shot of the half. With Jalen Rucker listening to Will Bartz.
Essex, Loyola's only scored 8 points this quarter, so that's a really huge change for the Gilman defense. You can really see that in the transition D.
It's a battle of powers in the quarters. Loyola able to play really well with Gilman only scoring 7 in the first, and now Loyola only scoring 8 in the second, so it's a true power of the quarters. A missed shot there from Malik Missouri. Hepting may have a shot for 3 at the end of the first half, but no good for Connor Hepting. So that'll be it here from the first half here at Jerry Savage Court at Loyola Blakefield, with the Hounds roaring back in the second quarter to snatch a 31-25 lead here. As you mentioned, Taylor, the Hounds only scoring 7 points in that first quarter, so putting together an amazing second to grab this lead here, led by Malik Missouri, the freshman. As I said, someone's got to heat up here for the Hounds, and that guy was Malik, the freshman, coming in here and playing. He's hasn't played for that long under that varsity team, but he's really starting to play up.
Well, definitely Essex, but I don't personally, what I saw in the late second half there is, you know, Malik was hot at the beginning of the second quarter, but then he airballed a couple threes, and I really want to see him come out of the half kind of being a little more conservative than he was, but still kind of taking those threes.
And with that, we will step aside here for our halftime break. We will be back here in about 9 minutes on Greyhound TV. Be sure to check in soon with the Hounds going into the second half, leading 31-25. We'll be back in about 9 minutes here on Greyhound TV. And welcome back here to Greyhound TV alongside Taylor West. I'm Essex Thayer here from Jerry Savage Court at the campus of Loyola Blakefield with the Gilman Greyhounds leading the Loyola Dons 31-25. And Taylor, it was, as we said, a game of powerful quarters with the Hounds only scoring 7 in the first, but going on a 24-8 run in the second against the Dons to grab this 6-point lead. Loyola will start the ball with the ball here, that is, for this second half. Cameron Shaw with the ball.
From Loyola this half, I really expect to see the play pick up out of Captain Brendan Shaw.
Picking it up there is J.J. Hallaby, deep from 3. Jalen Rucker with the ball, covered by Connor Hepting. Sandy looking to set the pick in the high post. Instead finding Madison in the high post, blocked by Shaw. A scrum for the ball, won by Hepting, who finds Chidinake. J.J. Hallaby, covered by Kai Wilson. Hallaby finding Shaw on the inside, and just the way the Hounds came back quickly in the second, the Dons doing the same thing here in the third, only down by 1, 31-30. Rucker with the ball, guarded by Hepting. Madison barely able to hang on to that one and taken away by Shaw.
It does not look like Gilman's going to come out in this transition defense in the second half. I'm not really sure why, since it worked so well in the second quarter.
Hepting with a bit of move here on Brandon Madison. And Nake behind the three-point line elects not to shoot the ball. Has some trouble handing it off to Hallaby, but able to convert that one. Hallaby no good on the drive, no foul either. Kai Wilson on the transition, and good there from Kai. Dealt with the defense well from Connor Hepting. Gilman extending that lead to 3 points. And Gilman's gonna get a delay of game here. We're not sure what the call is.
Looks like it was on Malik Missouri for maybe staying outside of the court when they were gonna inbound.
And so, nothing exactly there. Chidinake on the drive, good there for Chid. And the lead now for the Hounds, only 1, with 6:10 left in this third quarter. Jalen Rucker slows down the offense and elects to take a 3 there. And ice from behind the three-point line is Jalen Rucker.
That was a great play from Jalen Rucker there, really just creating his own space. Expect to see a lot more of that this half.
And so there was a bit of that transition defense that we had alluded to at the beginning of the half, with Loyola once again unable to handle it, the ball going off the fingertips of Chidinake. And the first turnover of the second half there for Loyola. Jalen Rucker, who scored the 3 on the past possession, lining up against Connor Hepting, a number 3 versus number 3 matchup. Rucker on the drive, and the beautiful floater from Rucker there, and the timeout called by Will Bartz. Hepting sharing a few words with the referee, but Gilman, after a little bit of a slow start to the second half, came back to life here to claim that 6-point lead, that is, that they started the second half with. The Hounds now with a 38-32 lead with 5:33 left in the third quarter. We would, of course, be remiss if we didn't thank you for tuning in to Greyhound TV this evening on a cold Wednesday evening, that is, here in Baltimore, Maryland. We do appreciate you tuning in, and, of course, we wouldn't have this be possible without any of you. But, of course, also our production crew, who has been helping us out all night, and we really wouldn't have this broadcast be possible without any of them. We have Ben Toohey, Derek Thompson, Cap Reynolds, and Philip Hutzler, all joining us here tonight on Greyhound TV, and then, of course, alongside Taylor West, I'm Essex Thayer. So back here off the timeout break, the Hounds leading by 6, 38-32. Connor Hepting to inbound for the Dons, finds Brandon Shaw. Shaw barely, that is, able to hang on to that one. May have been a walk by Connor Hepting. No call from the referee, though. The Gilman bench wanted it, but didn't get it. J.J. Hallaby with the ball all the way near the mid-court line, guarded by Brandon Madison. Cameron Shaw finding Chidinake, and there's a foul. Brandon Madison taking a charge inside the paint there, off ball. And that's going to be the second turnover of this half for the Dons.
You guys play harder than they are.
Stop.
Jalen Rucker bringing the ball forward for the Hounds. Guarded by Connor Hepting. Malik inside to Brandon, just outside the paint from 12, no good. And the transition offense going for the Dons with J.J. Hallaby. Hallaby with some nice moves, but no good. Couldn't get the ball to roll in there. And Gilman in turn going with a little bit of a quick transition offense. Kai Wilson elects to slow it down, guarded by Connor Hepting. And he finds Jalen Rucker. Rucker with a bit of a stiff arm, finding Kieran Sandy inside. And a foul could have had an and one opportunity, but no good there from Sandy. But he'll go to the line for two. That's the second team foul of the half for the Dons, and the third for number 11, Chidinake. So here, Taylor Chid starting to get into a little foul trouble, 2 away from being disqualified from the rest of this game. So Chid got to watch his fouls inside.
Of course, he's one of the Loyola's key players. Of course, one of their captains.
The second one from the charity stripe for Kieran Sandy, no good, so 0 for 2 from the 6'6" center. Hallaby able to beat the press there, finds Cameron Shaw on the outside. Shaw no good. Initially got the rebound for Sandy, and Chidinake knocked that one out of bounds.
Cameron Shaw is a dangerous shooter. If I were Coach Bartz, I would not let him be able to take those open shots because he's been really dangerous all game.
And replacing Kai Wilson is the sophomore guard, Jordan Foster. Also going to the scorers table for the Dons is number 20, Mitchell Fisher, the 6'5" sophomore, and the youngest player on this Dons team. Kieran Sandy at the top of the key. And Jordan Foster finding Jalen Rucker for three. And once again, Jalen Rucker ice from behind the three-point line with Steph Curry-like fashion, starting to heat up from behind the three-point line. Almost a walk there once again from Trillian Young. And Gilman starting to put a little pressure on defense. A foul inside there from Jordan Foster. We'll see if the referees call that in the act of shooting. And it looks like they will. So Cameron Shaw, one of those senior captains for the Dons, to go to the free throw line for two. With the Dons down here by 9, 41-32 with 3.5 left in this third quarter.
Well, Essex, I've got to tell you, I think Coach Diwali would have an answer for this transition D coming out of the second half, but really it's been the same of the second quarter. You know, it's amazing to me how Gilman can really keep the pressure on and be able to extend their lead into the second half.
The second one good here for Cameron Shaw, so 1 for 2 from the free throw line, getting that lead down to 8 for the Hounds. Aaron pass by Jalen Rucker. Hallaby with the speed shoes, getting that 1 for 2 on the nice drive there from Hallaby. Hounds only leading now by 6, 41-35. Kieran Sandy in the high post going against Trillian Young. And a lovely little post up there from Kieran Sandy. First time we've seen him really get it going from the high post tonight.
What a great play. The classic post up, a nice teardrop shot.
J.J. Hallaby with the ball now got that advantage against Malik Missouri. We'll see if he tries to use it. Hepting against Jordan Foster. And there's Fisher. Trillian Young finding Connor Hepting. And that one's going to be called from outside the three-point line. So a three-pointer for number 3, Connor Hepting. That Gilman lead only now 5 points as Loyola is starting to creep back into it. Rucker for a 3 of his own, no good. And rebounded from Jordan Foster. So Gilman getting a second chance at this possession as Jalen Rucker's starting to weave through that Loyola defense. no good on the second shot from Rucker. And Cameron Shaw on the transition offense. And he finds Fisher for 3. So now that Gilman lead, only 2 points, with the Hounds up 43-41 with 1:40 left in this third quarter. Things starting to get a little loud here at Loyola Blakefield as Loyola starts to heat up once again. Foster no good on a 3 of his own, rebounded by Kieran Sandy though, and he's fouled inside. That one may have been on, I believe, number 4, Cameron Shaw. Instead, the third of the night on Trillian Young.
Things are getting a little chippy in here in this arena as all the fans are really upset with that call.
If you can't tell quite yet, we are in a little bit of a Loyola Dons fan section. But maybe they have a bit of an argument here. It did appear that that one may not have been in the act of shooting. So some extra foul shots here for Kieran Sandy. No good on the first one, no good on the second one either. So the foul there not mattering really at all in essence. With Sandy going 0 for 2, the lead still 2 points for the Gilman Hounds basketball team. Dube Manake getting his second appearance in for the Dons tonight in the low post. Cameron Shaw outside open for 3, and that one's good. And the Dons getting the lead once again, 44-43. Things really starting to get loud to our left. The Dons reclaiming that lead in a roaring comeback. And a block there by Inake, the younger Inake that is. And Loyola, just the same way that Gilman did it, really heating up. A reach in there from Kieran Sandy. And that one is not going to be called in the act of shooting. So it'll just be on the floor, and Loyola will inbound with 49.6 seconds left in this third quarter, and the Dons up by 1. Owen Reynolds with the ball, and he's going to be fouled, I believe, by Matt Smith there, the junior guard. So once again, Loyola will inbound with a fresh 35 on the shot clock. A nice pass there from Hallaby, finding Cameron Shaw with 40 seconds and counting left in this third quarter. And that's the third foul of the possession there on this Gilman defense, starting to fall apart a little bit here. And so once again, it's just going to be on the floor, but Gilman inching closer to that bonus. As I said, that third foul already on this possession alone.
And as we get later into the game, Essex, that bonus is going to be a huge factor in how this game plays out and who goes to the line and who really doesn't.
And that one's good for 3 by Brandon Fox. So now Loyola leading by 4 with 15 seconds left in the third quarter.
I believe that is 4 straight threes that Loyola has hit.
Brandon Madison now with the opportunity to get the last shot of the quarter. On the drive, looks, and he's fouled there. And it looks like that one will just be on the floor.
Yeah, I think they got him in the motion of passing there, not shooting.
So the right call there from the referees calling that one on the floor. And so with 5 seconds left here, a flat 5.0. Gilman will have an opportunity to get the final shot off of the quarter, down by 4.
Gilman will get the ball coming into the fourth quarter.
Lake Missouri may need to get a shot off here with 3 seconds left on the clock. Matt Smith instead. No good for Matt. So Loyola going on a little bit of a run here at the end of the third quarter, and they find themselves with a 4-point lead going into the final 8 minutes of this matchup here between Gilman and Loyola.
This one's going to come down to the wire.
Absolutely. Both teams, honestly, Taylor, it's been really a battle of just streaks within each quarter. Loyola heating up in the first and the third, and Gilman getting it going in the second, resulting in what's bound to be an exciting fourth quarter with the Hounds down by 4.
Well, I think what Coach Bartz is going to tell his team here, since the Loyola student section has kind of arisen and everybody's getting a lot louder, is to kind of stay calm under this big pressure. They haven't had many games like this throughout the season. And I think if you stay calm, that enables you to enter a whole new level of playing this game.
Couldn't have said it any better, Taylor. We would be remiss, obviously, if we wouldn't also mention our website and our social media outlets, greyhoundtv.org, if you obviously want to watch any of our games and also catch them on YouTube, just at Greyhound TV. If you want to stay up to date on all Greyhound TV, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Greyhound_TV, Greyhound_TV. We're back here for the start of the fourth quarter in a heated matchup between Gilman and Loyola. Jordan Foster with it, unable to find Jalen Rucker. And so the first turnover for the quarter for Gilman finds Loyola with the ball. Brandon Fox to inbound here. Gilman putting a little pressure on, but Fox able to find J.J. Hallaby. Hallaby guarded by Rucker. And a charge there. That's a great play from Zach Dixon. He knew exactly when to step up there, Taylor, and take that charge. What a wonderful play from the junior forward, Zach Dixon.
That was a great call by the refs there.
It was honestly the most textbook play you can have. You just set your feet and take the charge. That was obviously, just as I said, a textbook play from Zach Dixon. So Gilman getting the ball right back. Malik Missouri at the top of the key, finding Jalen Rucker. Rucker on the drive, finding Dixon inside for two. So a nice offensive play there, and Gilman putting on the pressure defense once again. They've got that Loyola man in a trap and get the jump ball. Cameron Shaw.
As Loyola will get the ball here.
But nonetheless, it'll change the possession arrow, so a good transition defense there from Gilman, and it looks like they're going to try and do it once again. J.J. Hallaby with the ball. Cameron Shaw from behind the three-point line, so Loyola doing a nice job of breaking that transition defense to get that three. Loyola now with a lead of 5 points with 6:52 left on the clock. Matt Smith wide from three, and the foul and one. The opportunity for a 4-point play here for Matt Smith, his first points of the night, getting that lovely three-point ball and then being fouled by number 4, Cameron Shaw, his second of the night. So Matt Smith with an opportunity to get, I think, the first 4-point play we've seen all season and close that Loyola lead down to 1 point. Loyola up 50-48. Matt Smith unable to convert there, so Loyola will retain that 2-point lead with 6:40 left in the fourth.
Well, what a great play by Matt Smith with a guy sprinting at him to hit that three, not even being able to see the bucket. Just what a great play.
Really, Matt Smith showing some guts there to take the body shot from that Loyola defender. Brandon Fox for a three. He made his last one, but couldn't get that one to go through the hoop, and that's going to go out of bounds. So Gilman to take over on possession here. Only down by 2, 50-48 in a well-contested fourth quarter. Rucker with the ball, doubled there for a minute. A nice drive finds Matt Smith outside for his second three-point opportunity, and that one's good from Matt Smith. And Gilman snatches back the lead, 51-50, and Will Bartz calls a timeout.
He is on fire. Wow, Gilman students went off after that play, especially their bench. Everybody is very hyped up for this last 6 minutes of this game.
So Matt Smith, the son of WBAL member Mary Bubala, who's been very nice and gracious and retweeting all of our GTV stuff. As I mentioned, the social media, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Greyhound_TV, and you can get some insight into what Mrs. Bubala has been retweeting for us. We're very happy to keep you updated on all Gilman sports at Greyhound_TV. But Matt Smith, the junior guard who hasn't gotten a ton of playing time much this season, but head coach Will Bartz putting him on the court for those big moments, and especially he's lethal from behind the three-point line, as we saw there. 2 for 2 from behind the three-point line, as I said, and thrusting Gilman right back into this game now as they lead 51-50 with 6:13 left on the clock.
I mean, that's what he's in for. He's a three-point specialist. He's not expected to do anything else. Just make those threes.
And so Chidinake was wide open on the front court, but Loyola unable to find him.
They've got a mismatch inside of Matt Smith and Chidinake.
And a nice switch there from Kieran Sandy finding Chid. But Matt still on a bigger man there, Trillian Young. Cameron Shaw on the outside for three, and that one's good. So some miscommunications there on defense by the Hounds allows Shaw to pull that one in for three. Loyola up by 250, 3:51, and that one no good from Jalen Rucker going in and out of the basket. So Loyola will get the ball right back with J.J. Hallaby. Hallaby on the nice look inside to Chid, who threw that one down with authority. Looked like he wanted to go for the layup, but instead putting that one down a little bit for a dunk. And now Loyola leading by 4. Jordan Foster for three, and that one's good. So Gilman putting on a three-point show, 3 for 3 in the past few minutes. That one coming from Jordan Foster, the sophomore guard.
As you said earlier, Essex, the first quarter went to Loyola, second quarter Gilman, and third quarter Loyola, but this one has really been a fair contested match that has not really gone either way yet.
So now Loyola only leading by 1 here. Cameron Shaw locked up against Jordan Foster, able to find Trillian Young. Hallaby on the outside, guarded by Jalen Rucker. And it looks like Jordan Foster's gonna get that one on the jump ball. And the possession arrow pointing in the way of the Greyhounds, so a turnover there.
What a great play by Jordan Foster there to pick up that double team, swipe that ball away.
A really professional play coming from only a sophomore, Jordan Foster. So Gilman will get the ball here off of that Loyola Dons turnover. The Hounds down by 1, 55-54. Brandon Madison, the 6'1 Naval Academy commit, with the ball. Malik Missouri inside. And it looks like that call is going to be that Malik Missouri stepped out of bounds off of the defense there from Chidinake. So a turnover from Malik Missouri. No foul call, just stepped out of bounds there was Malik. So Loyola with the ball with just over 4 minutes left, halfway through this fourth quarter. Chid outside with the ball, finds Connor Hepting, who's quickly double teamed. And a quarterback style pass there from J.J. Hallaby, finding Chidinake inside for 2. The Loyola lead extending to 3 points, 57-54. Matt Smith, who's been great from behind the three-point line, finds Jordan Foster, that is, from behind 3 points, and he gets that one to go. It's a tie ball game here at Jerry Savage Court, 57-57, as Hallaby brings it forward for the Dons. Brandon Madison putting a little pressure there on him, just extending his arm out. And a nice double team from Zach Dixon. Hepting for 3, and that one's good. Hepting getting that one to go, 60-57 Loyola. Madison being guarded by Hepting, who just got that 3 to go. Malik Missouri with the ball now inside for 2, no good. And the rebound by Hepting. J.J. Hallaby bringing it forward now, guarded by Madison with 3 minutes left on the clock. Cameron Shaw with the ball. Able to find J.J. Hallaby. 15 seconds left on the shot clock for Loyola. No travel call there, and Connor Hepting able to convert there for 3 once again. Hepting getting things going. The Dons up by 6.
Gilman wants to win this game. They got to stay cool under pressure.
Brandon Madison driving, finds Jordan Foster on the outside, guarded by Hepting. Looks outside to Matt Smith, and no good. But Gilman once again, the nice transition defense, and they get the jump ball. And a little bit of extracurriculars there between the Loyola and Gilman players. It looks like we're not going to see any foul calls, though. Just a little bit of a separation. So Loyola, just to clarify, will have the ball with a 6-point lead, 63-57. And 2:25 left on the clock. Gilman putting on a heavy transition defense that is here. Hepting able to beat it, giving it off to J.J. Hallaby. Hallaby on the drive finds Chid Inake. And Inake good for 2. Loyola now leading by 8. And a foul call there against Jalen Rucker. That one going on Cameron Shaw. So Jalen Rucker will go to the line for 2 off of that foul on Cameron Shaw. That's his 3rd of the night. And now Gilman in the bonus with 17 fouls against the Dons. So for the rest of this game, after every foul, Gilman will go to the line for at least a 1-and-1. Rucker here on the first one is good. The Dons leading the Hounds now 65-58, leading by 7 points. And now Will Bart substituting Kieran Sandy and bringing off Zach Dixon.
This free throw is huge here. Turn it into a 2-possession game, and you know Gilman can easily make up those 2 possessions because they've been hot from beyond the arc.
Jalen Rucker good from the second one there on the charity stripe. And now only a 6-point lead for the Dons. As you said, Taylor, only a 2-possession lead for Loyola. Malik Missouri all the way at the baseline putting a cover on Connor Hepting. And Gilman working on that heavy transition defense once again. Hepting gets that ball stolen by Malik Missouri. And Malik Missouri takes the heavy foul there from Connor Hepting. He knew exactly what he was going to do there. And Hepting's going to get a foul. So Malik will go to the line for 2. Off what I believe is the 2nd foul of the night on Connor Hepting. And we are under 2 minutes here now at Loyola, with Malik Missouri having an opportunity to put this lead within 4. He gets the first one to go. That's I believe now that makes Malik Missouri 5 for 5 on the night from the free throw line, something that we said would be a big part of this game, and it's appearing that that's the case. And Malik's getting the job done from the charity stripe. His second one here from Malik, no good, that one's short. So Loyola's gonna lead by 5 here with under 2 minutes to go, and Gilman putting on that pressure once again. Loyola beats it with Trillian Young on the outside finding Hallaby. Hallaby says no thank you to that 3-point opportunity and decides to slow this Loyola offense down, with Cameron Shaw at the point being covered by Kieran Sandy. Jordan Foster got a tip to that one, but Loyola is able to hold on to the ball. Hepting finds Shaw for 3, and that one no good rolling in, and it looks like that's going to be an over-the-back foul on Trillian Young.
What a great defensive possession from Gilman there. I believe that they may have tipped that 3 from Cameron Shaw, which is huge because he's been really hot from the 3-point line tonight.
And so that one, with that being a foul and Gilman being in the bonus, Malik Missouri will go to the line here for a 1-and-1. Malik missing the front end of that. And Loyola getting the rebound and immediately fouled there by Gilman.
I'm not sure about that call. That looked awfully, maybe a little bit of a flop there.
And so that one's the 4th of the night on Jordan Foster, but on the floor, and Loyola not yet in the bonus, so that one will just stay Loyola ball. The Dons ahead by 5 here with just over a minute left in this ball game. And they haven't gotten the ball over yet. That's 10 seconds, but instead the Loyola head coach, Josh Duvally, making a good call in the timeout there to avoid that 10-second call. So he'll call his, I believe, 3rd timeout of the night with his Loyola Dons leading by 5. And that is the right call there. Just looking at the shot clock, only 26 seconds left, so the Dons being 1 second away from getting that delay of game call. So they'll come out of this timeout with 1:10 left on the clock and 26 seconds left in their possession with a 5-point lead. Gilman in the bonus with only 6 team fouls against them and 9 against Loyola. So the next time Gilman goes to the line, they will do so with 2 guaranteed free throw shots.
What Gilman's going to try to do here is really just not let them get it past the half-court mark, because if Loyola does not get it past there, they're going to have to get a turn. Oh, maybe not.
With the timeout that resets.
Oh, okay.
So they're free to continue here on offense. J.J. Hallaby barely able to find Trillian Young. Young at the top of the key finds Fox on the outside. Hepting. Under 5 seconds left on the shot clock here. Hepting for three. No good. And that's going to be an over-the-back foul on Trillian Young. So Gilman's going to go to the line with the double bonus with 2 guaranteed foul shots.
Well, Essex, I'm going to ask you, do you think if after this possession, would you foul if you're Coach Barks?
That's actually a really good question. Looking at the clock, 44.3 left. And obviously in high school you get 35 seconds on the shot clock. So I think it depends here on how many Kieran Sandy's able to convert. Not the most reliable free throw shooter, but Kieran will get 2 guaranteed foul shots here. The first one is good from Kieran. Now the deficit only 4.
Well, I think the foul situation is right where you want it at 6. So that means the next time Loyola goes to the line, they're just going to be in the single bonus, which means the next 4 fouls are just going to be 1-and-1s.
That is true. Gilman in that perfect situation foul-wise. They are in the double bonus, so every foul they go to the line. But Loyola not the case. The second one, no good from Kieran Sandy, so Loyola leads by 4. And Gilman not fouling here on this possession. Not quite yet, at least. And there's a foul by Malik Missouri on J.J. Hallaby. That one being a reach-in. And so now Hallaby will go to the line for a 1-and-1, that being the first foul of their single bonus. Hallaby scored 14 points against Glenelg. The front end no good, and Gilman getting the rebound, so they're going to get things going quickly transition-wise. Jordan Foster for 3, and that one's good. So the 3 good there from Jordan Foster, and Gilman only down now by 1 point, 65-64, 26 seconds left on the clock. As both teams step away, we'll quickly step away and be right back. And we're back here for the final 26 seconds of this heated matchup between Loyola and Gilman. J.J. Hallaby to inbound. He finds Cameron Shaw, and Gilman initially not fouling quite yet. We'll see if they do it after those 10 seconds expire and Loyola gets it over the half line. They haven't done it quite yet, and now they're Connor Hepting losing the ball, and Loyola's going to call a timeout. Head coach Josh Davali making that one. 13.4 left on the clock. I think, Taylor, after this timeout, Gilman's going to have to come out and foul here and send who they deem to be the worst foul shooter on this Loyola Dons team to the line.
Oh, absolutely. But, I mean, at this point, with 13 seconds left, I think with this little time left, I think they're just going to have to foul anybody to send them to the line.
I think the way you go about this, as Will Bartz is drawing obviously a play up in the huddle for his team, is you got to target someone. So I would say put the press on nearly everybody on the court and just force whoever's inbounding the ball to inbound it to someone they maybe don't want to send the ball to. But we'll see what head coach Will Bartz draws up. And at some point, a Loyola Don will be going to the line for a 1-and-1. For those of you who don't know, a 1-and-1 is a foul situation in which you go to the line for only one guaranteed foul shot, in which you shoot that, and if you make it, you get to shoot another. If you miss it, that's it. And Loyola will be in that situation for 3 more fouls. So most likely that'll be till the end of this ball game, whereas Gilman, in the double bonus, every time they get fouled, have 2 guaranteed foul shots. So Taylor, the last thing Loyola wants to do here is foul a Gilman player, because that gives them an opportunity to get points. So it looks like number 4, Cameron Shaw, will inbound this one for the Dons, with Brandon Madison facing away from him. And Shaw able to convert that pass to J.J. Hallaby, and he's instantly fouled there. So Hallaby, who missed the front end of that 1-and-1 on the pass possession for the Dons, is going to go to the line once again with Loyola up by 1.
That's an excellent quick foul there. Only shaved off 1 second on the clock.
Hallaby gets the front end of the 1-and-1 there. And so the Dons now lead by 2.
Well, in the event that Hallaby makes this free throw, I would just drive and get a quick 2 and then foul again. And then if they make both of those, then I'd shoot for the 3. But I wouldn't quite go for the 3 left with still 12 seconds remaining.
So Hallaby good for the second one there. And the Dons are going to bring on Chitinake. And Will Bartz will call a timeout here with 12.4 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Once again, we'll step away, and we'll be right back here for the final 12.4 seconds. We'll be back. And we are back here on Greyhound TV for the final 12.5 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Jordan Foster to inbound this one for Gilman, and Brandon Madison will bring it forward. Madison can't find someone to pass the ball to, gets Jalen Rucker, and that one's going to be tipped out of bounds by J.J. Hallaby. Only 2.9 seconds left on the clock here for Gilman. They've got to find a person who can shoot the 3 ball, either Jordan Foster or Jalen Rucker. That one tipped out of bounds by Cameron Shaw. And now the referees are going to have a discussion maybe about the clock.
Well, I would also not rule out Malik Missouri, who has also been very hot from beyond the arc this half.
So Brandon Madison to inbound this one. As Taylor said, also looking for Malik Missouri here. Finds Jordan Foster, who throws that one off half-heartedly and no good. So Loyola is going to pull out of this one with a 3-point win, the same way they did against Glen Elg on Sunday afternoon, that is. So Gilman, in a heartbreaking loss, loses by 3 points here, 67-64. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on Greyhound TV this evening. It wouldn't be possible without all of those viewers who join us for each basketball game. We appreciate it, and we also appreciate our crew here tonight, as we said. Ben Toohey, Derek Thompson, Cap Reynolds, and Philip Hutzler. From all of us here at Greyhound TV, thank you. And alongside Taylor West, I have been Essex Thayer. See you soon on Greyhound TV. Thanks for tuning in.